and welcome to a quick discussion of Pokémon Platinum version. This year is the 25th anniversary of Pokémon, so I thought it would be fun to revisit one of my very first Pokémon games. So in 2007, I decided to finally play a Pokémon game. It was Pokémon Diamond version, and I was immediately hooked. The reason I wanted to play Pokémon was actually because around that time I started playing Super Smash Bros. And seeing various different Nintendo characters in the game made me want to try out more Nintendo games so I could know all of the different characters. So I played like Star Fox and Zelda and other games. So yeah, I started with Pokémon Diamond because at that time that was the most recent game. And I had an absolute blast. I know Pokémon Diamond isn't exactly well regarded nowadays, especially in comparison to Platinum, which is why I'm playing Platinum and not Diamond for this video, but I really enjoyed it. I feel like it helped that I didn't have anything to compare it to, because I know one of the main complaints of Platinum, or Gen 4 in general, is how slow-paced everything is, and because I hadn't played another Pokémon generation, I had no context for that, so I just thought it was a really cool, really fun game. I picked Piplup as my starter, so Piplup was the very first Pokémon I ever got, and to this day, Piplup is still one of my favorite Pokémon. I played a ton of this game, like hundreds of hours across both Diamond and also Platinum. It's probably one of my most played Pokemon games in general, partly because at this time, it feels like the online multiplayer aspect wasn't really the main focus, so there was so much more post-game content than there is in the modern Pokemon games that tend to aim more at allowing for multiplayer as sort of the post-game. So yeah, I remember going out of my way trying to catch as many legendaries as possible, going out to the various events in stores where they gave away Pokemon. Like, I still have almost every event Pokemon, I'm pretty sure, because I've actually managed to transfer most of my Pokemon forwards. So after playing Diamond a lot, I played Emerald and Fire Red afterwards. Emerald is actually probably my favorite game in the entire series. I remember playing Emerald and being kind of blown away by how fast everything felt by comparison to Diamond. After those two, I probably would have played Pokemon Platinum, which became, in my opinion, the definitive version of Diamond and Pearl, and thus I feel like there's not really a point to go back to that game anymore, or that set of games beyond Platinum. And of course after that, I'm pretty sure I ended up playing Pokemon Soul Silver not too long afterwards, the remake of Gen 2. And that game is like top 3 for me, even though I have less nostalgia for it compared to Platinum and Emerald. It's still a very well-made Pokemon game, and probably among the best. So afterwards, I kind of fell out of Pokemon. I feel like I burnt out because of playing, like, essentially 4 generations, back to back within like a couple years of each other, and then I watched a ton of the anime, saw like every movie up to that point. I basically obsessed with Pokemon for like a solid year or two, to the point of absolutely burning out. So by the time of Pokemon Black and White, the two games that are usually considered among the best Pokemon games, they never really clicked with me. The same way they clicked with other people. It's something I've always wanted to go back to, and try to replay Pokemon Black and White again with a fresh perspective, because I feel like there was something in those games that I missed because I was so tired of Pokemon at that point. And even then, that's not even counting all the spin-offs, like the mystery dungeons, the like console games at the time, like Pokemon XD. I didn't really like Colosseum because I played XD first, so the quality of life updates were sorely missed. So I ended up getting a few hours into Colosseum and giving up, sadly. I also got walled at a boss, so that definitely didn't help. So yeah, needless to say, I went through a period of my life where I really, really liked Pokemon. And, even things like watching more anime and such were inspired by Pokemon. So I probably wouldn't even be an anime fan if I hadn't played Pokemon Diamond. So I kind of owe a lot to this generation, even though it's not really the best, specifically Diamond. I have so many positive memories because of that game. So yeah, I still really like it. I can't ever see myself going back to Diamond because Platinum is right here. But yeah, it's still a very special game to me. And of course, there's the elephant in the room of a potential set of remakes of Diamond and Pearl. My stance on that is cool if they give the games the level of attention as, say, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I'll have no objections. Otherwise, the old games will still be there, so I'm not going to be too upset if the remakes end up being a letdown, or if it turns out the remakes don't actually exist after all, because it's just internet hearsay at the moment. So yeah, I hope the remakes are real, because I would like to see some kind of remake or reimagining of Diamond and Pearl. This is one of those things where, even if the rumors do feel somewhat credible, people have been clamoring for these, and have been talking about these games for so long that it's kind of like, it's one of those predictions that people like to throw out in like fake Nintendo Direct leaks of like, oh, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes, where it's just kind of an easy guess kind of a thing for so long that I feel like it has to happen eventually, and I feel like this would be a good year for it. Now that the content updates for Sword and Shield have wound down, it's the anniversary, so why not do a remake? They've already remade Gen 1 on Switch, so that's out. So yeah, I think this would be a great year for a Gen 4 remake. And I hope they give these games the attention they deserve. Frankly, just having a faster battle system would help a lot. And I actually wonder how the Pokédex situation will be, because I remember at the time thinking that the amount of Sinnoh Pokemon in Sword and Shield was kind of low, so I kind of thought it was an intentional move, actually, to not have that many Sinnoh Pokemon in Sword and Shield, so you can transfer them in from a hypothetical Diamond and Pearl remake. So yeah, I am excited to see if this is actually real or not. Again, there were so many sources that are saying it's gonna happen. By the time this video goes up, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I hope a Gen 4 remake hasn't been announced, because this will be really awkward if it had already been announced by the time this goes live. But yeah, if it does happen, cool. I'm kind of one of those Pokemon fans that, even though I'm not as big of a fan as I used to be, I still like the games. I'll still play them. Like, Sun and Moon are probably my third favorite generation, other than Emerald and Platinum. I have not played Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, because I've heard people say the gameplay is better, but the story is worse. and personally the story matters more to me, so I've actually never tried those. I still need to play Black and White too, actually. So yeah, at a point I stopped being as much of a Pokemon fan, and kind of became a more casual fan who just kind of plays the games, doesn't really interact with the online competitive scene, and just kind of enjoys the story and the base gameplay. Partly because they really don't have as much of a post-game as they used to. Like, this game has the Battle Frontier, as does Pokemon Emerald, so there is a lot of post-game content in these older generations, and I miss that. That's definitely one of the biggest fears with a Gen 4 remake, especially if it leans more towards Platinum than Diamond. Will they have all of the additional content? Because there's quite a lot, and I hope they do. So yeah, overall, I'm still a Pokemon fan. I even like Sword and Shield, and even like X and Y, Oras, or Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So yeah, I'll still play a Gen 4 remake if it's real. I have a feeling I probably won't play as much as the original, just because of the ridiculous number of hours I poured into this generation. I feel like I still haven't seen everything in Soul Silver. Like, I'm pretty sure I never even completed that game. Like, I want to say there's still a legendary I never caught. Because there are so many in these games in particular. So yeah, I do really like Pokemon still. I haven't actually kept up with like the other media projects at a point. In terms of the movies, I got to the Keldeo one and bailed. It was on Netflix at the time, and I saw like 5 minutes of it, and I just turned it off. The movie before it, which I think was the Zoroark one, I also watched in full, but I completely tuned it out, to be honest. So yeah, at a point, I stopped watching the anime entirely, including the movies, and kind of focused more on the games. To be honest, as I've gotten older and have more options for things like games to play and things to watch, I feel like I don't spend as much time completing games anymore. It has to be a really, really special game for me to go out of my way to experience everything it has to offer, and I can't tell if it's because of Pokemon having less content, or just me having more games to play, but I just haven't been invested in any Pokemon game the same way as with Gen 4 and 3. But yeah, it takes a lot for a game to really captivate me enough to keep trying to complete it, or if the game is just short enough to justify going the extra mile for a few extra achievements. Yeah, lately, there are just too many games to play. I have so many more games than I used to, and this backlog I have is not shrinking particularly quickly, so it feels like the amount of games I start to play is growing faster than the number of games I'm actually finishing. So yeah, it definitely does mean that I end up not spending as much time on each individual game. By the way, this is something I hope is not in the remakes. I don't like HMs. It's just kind of a waste of a move slot, so I hope there are no more HMs. Also, by the way, I've actually thought about doing another Pokemon Let's Play. What was it, like, I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago at this point, I did a Let's Play of Fire Red, and then I never did another Pokemon Let's Play, and the reason is, chronology, basically. Like, would I play Crystal next, or would I play Emerald next? and then play Gen 2 via Heart Gold Soul Silver. So I haven't quite made up my mind on how to even continue playing Pokemon games. At some point I would like to play more, specifically, yeah, Gen 3 and 4, either some sort of remake hypothetically, or the original version. So you might see Platinum again, depending on if 1, the remakes are real, and 2, how they turn out. I might end up deciding to just go with Platinum in that case. But yeah, that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. I'm leaning towards skipping Crystal because I've never played it, and then just doing a Let's Play of Emerald sometime. I would like to actually play Emerald fairly soon. I've been kind of considering at least Let's Playing one big RPG a year, so I've contemplated making Emerald that big RPG project for 2021, again, because it's the anniversary year of Pokemon, so it makes sense. But yeah, this is all just kind of in the planning stages. I'm not ready to commit to saying, yeah, I'm gonna do a full Pokemon Let's Play this year, cause that's a lot of work. But yeah, I do really like these games to the point where I would like to play more of them. It's just a large time commitment, and a lot of times I end up playing a lot of really short games for my channel, by comparison to like other channels that kind of focus on like long RPGs. Like, to me those games are so much work, to the point where I feel like if I did a lot of RPG playthroughs, I would burn out super fast. So major props to people who can actually Let's Play games like that routinely. Piplup is almost ready to evolve. So yeah, I still think Platinum holds up fairly well. If there is a remake, I hope it improves upon Platinum, and not Diamond and Pearl specifically, because that was kind of people's problem with Oros, is it kind of was more based on Diamond and Pearl, or not Diamond and Pearl, Ruby and Sapphire, and left out like the Battle Frontier and some of the other content from Emerald. So yeah, I feel like that really is the big concern people have for remaking this generation. So yeah, I'm hoping for the best though. But with that, I think I have basically gone over everything I wanted to say about both this game individually and the series as a whole. By the way, the worst thing about Pokemon Platinum, of all things, is saving. Basically, saving in this generation is comically slow, so I'm actually going to do that right now. Sometimes it'll say saving a lot of data, and it takes like 30 seconds to a minute, it feels like, to actually save. That was relatively fast by comparison. So yeah, I think I am going to call things here for now. I hope this video isn't completely outdated by the time it goes live, depending on if there is actually an announcement between when I'm recording this and when it's uploaded. I'm actually kind of expecting an announcement shortly after, because the anniversary would be like a week or so after this video goes live, so here's hoping things work out timing-wise. But in any case, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for a different discussion.